So we're in our first hotel in Kiel, Germany. Yeah, our first day of travel is done. We're about to go to sleep. But it was really nice to be out on the road. We'll show you a little bit, of course. Right?
Yeah.
And it was just fun to get out of the Netherlands. It just feels like it already feels so good to just be back on the road, to really travel again, to be able to make new videos for you, to have Nala with us.
It was a good drive. It was really relaxed. There was nothing major happening, and it was
5.5 hours.
We had a lot of nice music in the car, a lot of singing along.
Emergency stop for Nala, so she can do number 2. No, well, 1 or 2, whatever. And then we arrived in Kiel, and our hotel is on a perfect location. It is right outside the harbor. It is really nice to stroll around there. The hotel itself, beautiful, really new, really new.
Perfect Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's the first thing Tim said. Like perfect Wi-Fi.
It's never been that fast. It's like the same speed as at home. I've never experienced that at a hotel. Crazy.
Yeah.
And Nala's tired now from the whole day. Come on in, guys, to our beautiful hotel.
And then we got to meet Rebecca. And it was so nice. She's been following us for 2.5 years on the channel. Nala's going away. She doesn't want to be in the video anymore. And so it was really nice to properly catch up. We've been talking in live streams or on Instagram, of course, but now finally we got to see her live and have food and walk around and just enjoyed the harbor. Yeah. Tried to get Nala to do poo-poo. But she didn't want to.
I love the food. I had some really nice cheese, really nice tapas.
Her tail is in the
Oh, she wants to sit in the window again.
Oh, she's going there.
You can actually sit in the window.
She's going there. She just sits there.
She wants to look outside and see what's happening, what's going on.
Yeah. Oh wait, I'll get my phone and I'll show you.
It's just what she does. But she's also sitting half on the curtain, so that's maybe not that smart.
I will cut into this video and you can show you where she is right now. It's actually funny.
Hey.
She loves looking outside. She always does.
She's a stalker.
She always. Anyway, so this was our first day. We're going to go to bed now, and tomorrow we drive to Copenhagen, which is exciting.
Fingers crossed for okay weather.
But we'll first have a nice breakfast here, but we'll show you that as well. So
early
goodbye.
breakfast.
Bye for now. Yeah. Morning.
It's 6:30.
Let's get breakfast, shower, and go to Copenhagen.
Just entered Denmark.
And at the border there was this check, like they check every foreign car to see if you're vaccinated or if you have your negative test.
Yeah, we had to show our passports and our QR codes.
Which of course were in the trunk of the car, so I had to run out and get them, but there was time, there was no stress, it was really calm actually, not that many cars, there was no queue. But
there was a really nice military guy, and he was asking where we're going, and
I said Sweden.
He said Sweden, I said Copenhagen. Oh, so he's going to Sweden and you are going to Copenhagen? No, we're going to Copenhagen first and then we go to Sweden.
So Tim was angry at me for saying like the wrong thing. I was not the wrong thing, I just didn't know. Anyway.
And in the beginning he kept filming, was like, put the camera away, you can't film military. That's especially at the border check. And And he kept on going. I was like, put the thing away.
Maybe they're hunky. If they're hunky, I want to film them. Anyway, so we're in Denmark now. Let's go to Copenhagen. So we are at Reffen Food Market, right?
Street food market.
The best street food in Copenhagen.
And the best street from all over the world.
And it's such a nice vibe here. Well, we'll show you in a separate video, so you have to stick around on the channel for that.
But it's the biggest open-air street food market in the Nordic countries.
And yeah, I took out my big camera for this, and that's why you'll see in a different video, so stay tuned for that. So we're outside of Tivoli here, but we can't go in because dogs are not allowed, and it's a shame. And it's like 20 euros to go in per person, so if we would go in one by one and the other one wait with Nala outside, it would just be boring, and you just run around a little bit, and just to run around and take some pictures for 20 euros, that's a bit crazy. So when we get back to Copenhagen one time in the future, we will visit Tivoli. For now, it's a shame that we can't go in.
Dennis, what are you doing?
Getting some footage of a roller coaster in Tivoli.
Because?
Because we can't go in, and I do want some footage of Tivoli for videos. Life of a YouTuber, right? Standing on my toes. John's Hot Dog Deli, the best hot dogs in town. This is so amazing. It's so big. It has a Frankfurter sausage with bacon and everything. This will be in the best food of Copenhagen video as well, for sure. Can't wait to dig in. So we just had the first smørrebrød in our lives, right? And it was really good. We'll show you a little bit of the footage, but Tim also talked inside, but it was a bit crowded, or how do you say, noisy. So we'll just show you the footage. But did you like it?
Chatty.
Chatty.
People are very chatty.
Chatty. Wow, this is always in a restaurant.
It felt really like a local restaurant with a lot of like Danish people, and they were having a great time.
And amazing waiters, by the way. They gave Nala some awesome meat and of course water and stuff. It's really sweet.
Police horses.
Yeah. So yeah, that was really nice. Nala had a nice time. She just laid under the table, and the food was really good. I'm really full now actually, because I also had a hot dog. It was the best hot dog I ever had. They didn't have vegetarian hot dogs for Tim.
No.
And now we're on our way back to the harbor, to the water, and we'll see what's there, and then we'll go back to the hotel, I think, right?
Yeah. It's really nice here just to walk in, because here this area is really calm.
Yeah.
And it's really nice, like on the waterfront, like nice boats and nice buildings.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I love it.
Yeah, me too.
You're sitting on a really nice terrace. It's called the Green Island, so it's really on the water and you feel all the movements. And it's so nice, it's only like wood and green and everything. And we're just sitting here enjoying an amazing first night in Copenhagen and having a nice drink.
Nala thinks it's real grass because normally she loves rolling around in the grass. But it's fake grass, Nala. It's fake. Oh, now she's just spilling her water. The disadvantage of going to a city with a dog is that sometimes in the surrounding of your hotel there is no green. Like this is literally the only little spot of green that we have, which is right next to the driveway. Oh, she has something in her mouth. I have to take it out anyway.
We are having breakfast at our amazing hotel in Copenhagen. They have a really nice breakfast buffet and the view from the breakfast room is amazing. It's like all glass and you look at the water.
Okay, it started raining, so we just found a little spot where we can The sun was out again. It was only like a short shower, and now again another. Hopefully it's a short shower and it won't take that long.
The thunder one.
A little thunder. It was far away. It frightened him.
It didn't frighten me, but we were staying under a tree.
But it's a small tree. It's not like a huge tree or something.
Not the best place.
Here you hear the thunder. Anyway, we're waiting for the changing of the guards here at the castle. Hopefully we get to see that if the rain allows it, because we don't have an umbrella with us.
If you want to see the most beautiful highlights of Copenhagen, just take a boat tour. You can just go to Nyhavn, one of the most famous areas of Copenhagen, and at the very beginning you can already step on the boat, and it's only 14 euros per person and it takes 1 hour. You see all the highlights, and especially if you have such good weather as we have, then it's amazing. It's so calm on the water and you see everything, and you can just sit down, relax, and they tell you so much interesting information.
It's Nana's first boat trip ever. How amazing, Nana!
But today it is.
At a Danish bakery, because we heard that we just had to go there. And this orange cinnamon bun, amazing.
you know me a little, you know that I love bakeries in general because I'm from Germany, maybe. But I love pastry from all over the world, and Danish pastry is the best, and this is amazing. This cardamom bun, this cardamom brioche, it's so good. Oh, just leave me here and I will be happy forever.
Nala found a stick in the city. Doesn't happen that much. She's overjoyed or something. Over the moon with joy. But she found a little stick. That's what she loves doing when we take her on walks. Yeah, Nala stokje.
So we're in Christiania today. It's like one of the main highlights of Copenhagen because it's like its own little district, like a kind of a free town they call themselves, like a community, and they like self-organizing. But there's also a part where you are not allowed to take pictures, and that was made very clear to us just right now. So we are filming here, but it's like right around the corner, and there are a lot of shops and everything, and I think they even sell weed and everything. I don't know. We will see, but we can't show you, unfortunately. But yeah, let's go.
Still walking in Christiania, and I have to say, in the area where they like say no photos and everything, I'm like, that's only stands with weed, where like this one person stands where they sell, Nala just took me, where they just sell weed. And of course I understand that they don't want to be filmed, and I totally get that, but that part was very touristy, and it felt like very like only focused on weed. And I think when you go a little bit more to the living area of this place, that you get more the freedom vibe of it, because this just felt like just a way of selling weed. I don't know. You know what I mean, Tim? Do you agree with me, or
more like an open air
weed
market for weed dealers?
Yeah, and I'm totally fine with it. We live in the Netherlands. We come from the Netherlands.
Probably that's why it's not allowed to film, because it's like half legal.
Yeah, maybe like that. I don't know. Yeah. If you look past the weed selling area, which is only a small area there, it is actually a very beautiful place. You have a lake, you have nature, you have all these little streets with little wooden houses. So Christiania is definitely a place worth exploring, besides the only square with all the weed sellers and everything.
It's so weird that this can exist in such a big city as Copenhagen. If you walk around here, you feel like you're just, I don't know, in the countryside of Denmark, and time has stood still for 40 years or 50 years, I don't know. But it's really nice, very serene, it's green, and the houses look so nice and crooked, and yeah, you have to go here, it's so lovely.
So we just left Copenhagen. And what are we doing now, Tim?
We are driving on the bridge from the bridge series.
It is the famous Øresund, did I say it right?
Yeah.
The Øresund Bridge.
That connects Copenhagen to Denmark and Malmo, Sweden.
And then we'll take you to Sweden with us. So, welcome to this episode of our travel vlog. If you haven't seen the previous ones, or check out our Denmark videos, our Copenhagen food videos and everything, you'll love it. But now, let's go to Sweden. Our first day in Sweden.
I'm tired.
You're tired? But you gotta tell us what we did today.
We drove over the bridge from Copenhagen to Malmo.
Well, we've seen that part, yeah.
And then we drove to those stones. What was the name?
Alles Stunne.
Steiner.
Which is beautiful. They were 1400 years ago. They were put there in the shape of a ship. It was really interesting, and it was, of course, very touristy. And there was so much wind. It was
right at the coast. There was so much wind you could like almost like let yourself fell over and be carried by the wind. So you
especially on the cliff, right?
Yeah. The cliff was like super hard.
Yeah, but the stones also, it looked nice. It looked interesting. It had a little bit of a Stonehenge vibe. They weren't as big, but it was nice. And we took some nice pictures, and it was nice to just visit that spot, I have to say.
And then we drove to Ystad, which is like a coastal town.
A really nice city.
Close by.
But we made an emergency stop at the beach, which was really beautiful beach.
Oh, yeah.
You just walked over a little dune kind of area.
There was nobody else.
It was really beautiful. Nala loved it. She could run around a little bit.
And the sun came out right at that moment as well.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
It was really nice. And then we went to Ystad, and which has a really nice historical center with an old monastery and everything.
Yeah, it was really beautiful. There were so many beautiful flowers there.
Mm-hmm.
With all those houses, so nice and colorful. And we found like a nice, what was it, like a cafe outside with like a huge garden where you could sit. It was really nice.
It was really nice.
We had amazing was and I used my Swedish for the first time because I ordered the food in Swedish, which worked out quite good actually. So
you can be
quite proud of
yourself. Yeah, I just said you can be proud of yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice. And we tried new stuff, or at least I did. And like a strawberry pie with vanilla sauce, which was amazing.
And putting in some
vanilla custard or something. And I had like a chocolate bowl with coconut, and also I think there's also like some coffee flavor in there as well. Like really heavy, like really thick, but it was also really amazing. Yeah.
And then we drove to our final destination of today, to Mölle. But we made a quick stop at what we thought was Niels Holgersson's origin story place. So we made another quick stop on the way at this little castle. And the fun part is, this is the castle, or at least this region around the castle, is the place where the story of Niels Holgersson comes from. Niels is a guy that lives on a farm, or works on a farm, or maybe even a castle, and then he gets turned into a dwarf because he's not happy with his life, and then he rides on the back of a goose, and with the whole group of geese, they fly south for the winter, and he has all these adventures.
North.
It was north?
Lapland.
Did he go to north?
Didn't always go to Lapland.
That's
all the way in the north.
But they always go south for the winter when it's warm. I don't know. Anyway.
In my head they always go to Lapland, and that's all the way north.
I don't know, but it is such a fun story, and I've watched the television show when I was little, so I just said to Tim, I have to stop there, I have to see where Niels Holgersson comes from. And this is it, I'm going.
Just so you know, I also love Niels Holgersson. I watched it as a kid, and I even still know the melody of the song. And the castle is called Svanenholms Slott. There's also a small town just before it which has the same name as well.
So we misled you, like we do all the time here, because we think we know something and then we don't. This castle, this one, is not the castle where the story from Niels Holgersson comes from. It is this area, that's right, but there was no castle. I couldn't remember a castle anyway, but so we thought
like a village close by.
It's this area, and that's nice. And then we arrived in Mölle. Mölle, the peninsula, with an amazing bay, beautiful sea.
It's like the last town before the end of the peninsula.
Yeah. And there was service everywhere, and it was very, very windy, you have to say. But it was beautiful to walk around a little bit. And then we got to meet Frida. Frida was one of our STUFR reacts.
She came all the way from where she lives, like 1 hour by bus or something.
Yeah, she came to meet us. We had a really nice hike up to a restaurant that in the end ended up being closed.
Yeah. It looked so amazing, and also the food was supposed to be very good, but they closed like almost 2 hours before we arrived. So.
Yeah. And then we hiked all the way back to the harbor again where we already were, and there was a really nice restaurant there where Nana was welcome, and the food was really good. I had a really nice schnitzel.
Yeah, we said like also like kind of like winter garden thing or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, drinks, a really nice elderflower cider, I have to say.
The view was so amazing because when we sit there, like the sun was coming through again, and we had like a gorgeous view of the water and the coastline and the sunset. Oh, it was so amazing.
It was really good, and it was such a fun night. Frida is such a fun person, so yeah, it was a perfect way to close off the first day in Sweden, right? And now you are tired, so you want to go to sleep. Tomorrow we'll drive to a place where we'll stay for 3 nights near Granna.
With our first official like Swedish summer house, like one of those red wooden houses. They are like all over Sweden.
But I'm gonna sleep now as well because I'm tired from the whole day and driving and everything. So
yeah, I'm really tired.
You can close off. Oh, I thought you were going to close off too. Aren't you? Well, somebody turn off the light.
No.
Somebody turn off the camera, please. Can Nala do that? Nala, can you put off the camera?
No.
Nala.
No, she's asleep.
She's asleep. Anyway. Bye.
Bye.
So we're at our cabin near Granna, outside having lunch, which is amazing here in the middle of nowhere. But we need to catch you up on what we did the last few days, because we started in Müller, right? We had an amazing breakfast at our Strandgarden. Your Swedish is better. Strandgarden hotel, and then we left for Granna, which was a 3-hour drive. It was super quiet on the road, but we had an amazing stop at an elk park. That was amazing, right?
Yeah, we were just driving on our way up here to Granna, and we said, oh, we will stop in a few because we have to refill the car. And then we saw signs saying like elk park. I was like, oh, maybe that's close. And then we saw the next exit for the gas station, and it was actually like right next to the gas station, so that was perfect. And Nala was allowed as well, and it wasn't that expensive, and we saw them really up close. They had 9.
So beautiful, these animals.
Yeah,
right?
they're so big, so majestic, and we could feed them, and they were not shy at all. If you want to see elks really up close and even feed them, stop at the E4 highway going to Stockholm or from Stockholm, and it's called Laganland, and there you can see 9 amazing elks, which are super nice, and they are so big actually in real life. The legs are so long, and it's amazing to see and feed them, and yeah, they are just amazing animals.
It is so nice to see these elks walk with each other or just interact with each other, and just to see them. They have a certain calm in them, certain relaxedness, I don't know, in their eyes. It is really beautiful to see them up close. Then we drove on to Granna. Granna is famous for its candy cane. They say that this is the spot where candy cane was invented. So you have shops everywhere showing how candy cane is made. They make it fresh there. The shops look amazing. Of course, we had to buy some to take home, and we bought also some that we'll be tasting in a Tasty Thursday coming up later on this year. Yeah, and then we went to our cabin. We were so excited to finally be here because we've done cities.
Yeah, before we came here, we also went to our first Swedish supermarket in Granna.
Oh.
And bought all this amazing food.
Ta-da!
For our breakfast and lunch or whatever.
Yeah.
We found so many nice, like, special things we don't know.
It's the first, we're actually having our first knäckebröd here, which is the round one. Look at this,
Round
look
with
at
the
this.
hole in it.
The round
Isn't
with
it
the
amazing?
hole. It looks amazing. Now I like it.
And we found this as well. We have never heard of it before. It's called Höne. It's like a special, like, regional bread from like the Gothenburg. There's like an archipelago near Gothenburg, and it's from one island. So, but it was
really
like, I think there was like a lucky pick or something. I don't know.
It's really soft and it is amazing.
My God,
but
flies.
Our cabin as well. We'll show a few images of the cabin. It is so perfect. It's like in the middle of nowhere. You have to drive here on a dirt road. There are a lot of mosquitoes here, as you can see.
And those are flies,
we do have our mosquito stuff on, but still there are a lot of mosquitoes here. But that's what you get here in Sweden, in the middle of nowhere. It's so
like,
quiet.
Like just behind the camera, there are a lot of like wild raspberries, and I just picked some this morning. They were so amazing.
Yeah.
Look how awesome! I love our little house. We just brought all our groceries. Look how spacious it is. It looks bigger from the inside than it does from the outside.
It really does, yeah.
But it's really nice. The garden is also beautiful. We have like on patio, and then we have a separate table with chairs like on the grass, and we have a barbecue.
It's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, and there's the fireplace, which I love. And a nice couch where now I sit lying on, and the bed also looks very comfortable. And the kitchen is nice, with everything we need.
It has a nice seating area as well.
Yeah. At the window, and everything around you is green. So.
And look, we are in the middle of nowhere. I'm going to show you through the window. Look how amazing. So yesterday, it was my birthday, by the way, and we celebrated with having fika here. Fika is a traditional, like you have tea with little snacks, with little cookies and stuff with friends, and you just have a great time. That's what we did for my birthday here. Then we had a really awesome hike here as well. Nana sees little fish in the water and she loves it. She loves jumping at them. And then she just came out of the water and stood next to me and did that little dog shake, and now I'm all wet. Here she comes again. Nana, fishes! Little fish in the water. Don't forget to bring your mosquito spray. You will need it because they will bite. We were here, we forgot to put it on before we started walking. We heard them all buzzing around our ears. So we took out our spray, sprayed ourselves, and now our ears are clear. So, top tip of this video, don't forget your mosquito spray. Then we went to a really nice restaurant for my birthday where we had an amazing dinner. And and then afterwards we just chilled here at home. And today we're having a chill day as well. We'll be walking. It will be raining a little bit in between. We'll just walk
it rained
with Nala.
this morning, and now it's also cloudy, and it's also colder than the last few days.
So we'll be walking, hiking this afternoon. And we'll be cooking ourselves dinner here in our cabin, and then we'll have a quiet night, watch some television, and yeah, go to bed early, because tomorrow we're driving to a new place. So we're in our cabin in Backefors, which is amazing again. We'll show you, of course, but first we need to go back to how we got here, because we had to leave our little cabin in Jacobstorp, which was amazing. We spent 3 days there.
It's the longest we will stay on this trip at one place.
That was so good. But then we had another stop in between here and there, and that was well. First, let's do the route. We had a quick stop at one of the famous wooden towns called Hugh, and they say "I love Hugh" as in fun word, right?
It's spelled H-J-O.
And it was recommended by a lot of people, and it was really worth it. They had beautiful wooden houses.
Yeah.
And amazing ice cream.
Yeah, they're supposed to have like the best ice cream in the whole of Sweden, so of course we had to go.
Yeah. When you're in Hugh, you have to try the ice cream by Mother Elins, which is Aunt Elin. It's very famous, very popular, and supposed to be really good. I have saffron, lakritz, which is licorice ice cream. I'm excited. Ooh, the saffron, really interesting flavor. Licorice ice cream. This is amazing. If you love licorice, then go here and get the licorice ice cream. I also have raspberry with licorice, which I'll try now. Ooh. Licorice with raspberry. Bam! Taste explosion in my mouth. So good, so good.
And then we drove on to a place that was really close by the city of Lidköping.
Yes, and there we stayed at a camp, which is called...
It was also at the coastline. Is it the coastline when it's a lake? I don't know.
Lake Vänern.
Lake Vänern, like the biggest lake in Sweden. And the place was called Beverly Hills.
And it was
like
fun.
Like Beverly Hills.
Yeah, like Beaver. And it was like completely done in the country theme, like Western country, like USA country. It was really funny. It was beautiful, and we had a really nice hut where we stayed at.
And every hut had its own name. Our hut was the ferret cabin. Hi Nana.
I know. And yeah, so it was really nice and fun, and we even had marshmallows, made a fire there. Of course, we hiked a little bit in the surrounding area near Lake Vänern, which is beautiful as well. So we had the biggest lake behind here, but we can't get close to it. We wanted to do a little evening walk outside of our Beverly Hills cabin. And we want to get to the lake just to see it and just, well, you can't get close because there's all this nature in between, you can't get through. And we forgot our mosquito spray, actually.
It was actually not really the mosquitoes that are bothering us, it's mostly flies.
I don't know, these sound like big mosquitoes as well. I don't know, but yeah, so I put it on this morning, just in case.
Okay.
But apparently it doesn't work anymore because, I don't know, I hear them zooming around my ears. Ugh, I hate it. But when I get back home, I'll put it on. But anyway, we're now in a little forest, which looks nice, but we hope to get closer to the lake. At least Nala's having fun. She can run around and play here.
So apparently in Sweden they have all those random barbecue places just in the middle of nowhere. You're just walking on a path that's not even on Google Maps, and now here's just a big random barbecue/fireplace. How awesome.
Should we barbecue some mosquitoes here?
Yeah, there are enough, I think. We found it, the water.
Ah, mosquitoes. Oh God, they're all biting me. I've already been bitten. Had a quick visit in Linköping. Linköping.
It's some nice food, and we saw that famous town hall that is all like in the red wooden
style,
yeah. Which is very famous, and I've never seen that before.
No. So here in Beverly Hills, we have our own kitchen, or at least yet like a shared kitchen, which is really beautiful. Look at the whole dining area and stuff. And you have to make your own breakfast here, but they have everything you want: bacon, eggs, like a fridge full of stuff that you can use. So I'll show you what I'm making for me and Tim, and then we'll have breakfast outside, and then we'll be on our way to our next stop. Your breakfast is served, mister.
Thank you.
Do you like it?
What is this? Is this blueberry?
I think it's blueberry jam.
Looks really nice.
Looks good, right?
Is it Hörner again?
The what?
The Hörner.
Hörner? Oh yeah, the same bread, but it's a little bit darker than the other one.
Okay.
Well, enjoy your
Nice.
breakfast, mister.
Thank you.
And then the next day we drove on to where we are now in Backefors, which is an amazing little stuben. What's it called? Little stuben?
Little Stuga.
Oh, Stuga. Oh, that's it, yeah. It's like a little cabin.
Yes,
And it
summer
is
house cabin.
quite high. We have a beautiful view with pine trees everywhere. We are so close to a lake. And
it's really calm, it's really private. There's like a private dirt road coming up here, and you can only enter if you have the code down at the entrance. So only like the people that rent one of those 3 houses that are up here can come here, and nobody else is here.
it's perfect.
So it's
The
nice.
first night we had pizza. I had the Africana, which is very famous here and very popular, which is with banana and pineapple. Well, we show you. So the Italians are gonna have a heart attack, but in Sweden they have a pizza called Pizza Africana, which is with ox fillet, which is normal, that sounds good. But it has banana, pineapple, peanuts, and a lot of curry on it. And it's very famous here and very popular here. So of course we had to try that ourselves. Here it goes. I was expecting it to be very sweet because of both the pineapple and the banana, but the curry powder really, gives that. It reminds me a little bit of the African babodi, which is with mincemeat, but still. Oh, I like this very much. It's very interesting. Definitely have to try this when you're in Sweden. It's a fun thing to try, right? And yeah, I only had my phone to pay with, so Tim had to go back and pay with like proper cash because you could only pay with cash there and everything. So there was a bit of a stressful situation. Oh, it wasn't stressful, but it was.
But it was very nice. So he gave us the pizza and like trusted us that we will come back with the money, which we did, of course. So it was really nice.
And the next day in the morning, we went on the lake with a boat that we can use here because
yeah,
it's
there's
included.
like 2 Canadians and 1 like standard like rowing boat, and you can just grab one of them and just go on to the lake.
And it was so peaceful, so quiet on the lake, so beautiful, so relaxing. We had the best time and Nala loved it as well.
Yeah.
So this is our first time on a boat together. And you know what they say, these boat trips where somebody has to row and the other one has to steer, or at least, otherwise I don't have to do anything, I could just sit here and film. But you know what they say about these things, it's a real relationship deal breaker if you can make it or not, if you get frustrated at the other because he's not doing a good job, or I'm just kidding, but it's funny. She loves seeing the water from up close. She's not scared at all. She's always very curious. So. Okay, so for the pros that do this all the time, yes, we know we are actually going in the wrong direction. Like, Tim is not going in the right direction because he's going forward so he can see where he goes, but the front of the boat is actually behind him. So he should actually be like rowing backwards and I should be telling him where to go, left or right. But yeah, it just happened like this. I only noticed it halfway through. We are noobs, we know nothing. But it's actually going okay, right, Tim? It's not like you're having problems rowing, so...
No.
And this way, he is not depending on me to steer for him. And that's actually maybe a good thing. I can just relax and take some nice videos for you. And he can just focus on rowing. And then later in the afternoon, we went on another hike. The red one this time. The hardest one.
Yeah.
But it was really beautiful.
Yeah, we really loved it about this place that they have made their own hiking loop trails. They have like 4 of them. And like from easy to hard, and we took the hardest and the longest one, which was almost 5 kilometers.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so beautiful.
It was really nice. It was quite steep and everything, but it was beautiful. The hikes here at our cabin in Backefors are beautiful. There's like 4 hikes you can take.
Yeah.
And we've done 2 now.
And they're totally private, like only for the people that rent a cabin here. And actually nobody else probably comes here.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna stop now because it's a steep climb, so before we tumble down with... I can't.
Okay.
Because it's on the selfies. Well, I almost fell already. There we have to go down there.
And if you're walking through the Swedish forest and you want to snack in between, there are wild raspberries, wild blueberries.
And wild mosquitoes.
Yeah, but you shouldn't eat them, I think. Mm-hmm.
And tonight we'll cook ourselves here and eat it on our porch. And then tomorrow we'll drive on to another place.
Mm-hmm, which is also very special. It's a teepee right at a lake.
On our way to our teepee, which I'm super excited about. You found this one, right?
Yeah, it was actually a second choice because something else got cancelled like all of a sudden. And then we had to find something else spontaneously, and then we found that one. But it's also like kind of a glamping teepee because there's like a queen size bed in the teepee.
A queen size bed for 2 queens. What's more perfect?
Yeah.
Anyway, I wanted to say as well, before we get to our TP, that it's just beautiful to drive around in this country. There is so much nature. It's just wherever you look, there's like a lake.
And it's also so relaxing to drive here because there's not much traffic and like really like calm roads with not many cars, and you just let the car go and you don't have any like traffic jams or whatever, and it's really.
And that is what we love about road trips, right? Just to drive, to see the country whilst being on the road, going to different locations, walking there, seeing, absorbing like nature or a city where we're at. It is awesome. So, but for now, let's get to our TP.
Apparently our TP was not ready yet, but very close by there's a big sculpture park made by the family of the guy that rents us the TP, and they have like a private back entrance so we can like slip in for free. So we will do that.
This is our kitchen for the night. How awesome is that? Open air kitchen. Tim, show us the toilet. It's an open air. And you said there was going to be a shower, but you didn't find it yet, right? Have a nice dinner, Tim. Let me see how well you warmed up the soup. At least it's warm.
At least it's warm.
I had some bread, by the way, yes, in the bag, so we can.
We only have one spoon.
We have one spoon, and we only have tiny cups because they didn't have soup mugs here at the TP.
Nala's having fun.
And Nala's running around.
It's green and white asparagus.
Nala, are you running?
Oh, it takes forever. Like this.
I was like throwing a stick for Nala. Let me see. Nala, komt ie.
So we've just filmed a video about the Swedish film milk. If you want to see this, check out the video when it comes out.
I don't actually think we have to explain anything. Just look at our eyes. Well, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Yeah. I think sleeping in a teepee is a really good idea. Especially if there's a outdoor techno festival on the other side. Or not even the other side, like a shore not too far away.
No, but it is very far away. That's what I'm saying. It's so far away, but still the noise, it just travels over water.
It was
like
And it was mostly not the noise, yet it was also annoying, but the most annoying thing was the bass. It was so hard.
Yeah.
And you could feel it, and
And it didn't change.
We had earplugs in, and you could still hear it like almost the same way, because like
the whole, and it didn't change. The beat didn't change, and like at I think it was 3 a.m.
It's so hard. It's like getting slept like the whole time.
Yeah, and we didn't sleep at all like before like 4 a.m. But it was 3 a.m. that I thought it stopped.
Yeah.
Like it just, and maybe they turned the volume down, and then like 20 minutes later it came back, and it lasted until 4 a.m. We're just completely frustrated.
So there was nothing like, oh, we could hear nature or whatever. No, or the water, which is so close. No, you couldn't hear anything except the music. And
it was frustrating.
God,
anyway,
so
we can talk about this for hours, but it is one miss on a beautiful trip. But the experience should have been so beautiful, because like the evening was so perfect here at the water, and the day that we spent here, it was.
And at that point, we already could hear it, right?
Yeah,
it was so,
later
like,
in the evening, we could
in the
already
background.
hear it. Yeah, but it wasn't that annoying.
It was still annoying
when you're trying to sleep. It is anyway.
Oh,
it is what it is.
Is it from that ice?
Oh, you got mosquito bites. Yes.
I thought.
Yes. Anyway.
Normally, I never get this.
Let's get up. Let's have breakfast. And then, like, slowly we can spend some time here still. We have to leave at the end of the morning and beginning of the afternoon. Then we're going to Karlstad.
We are on the road again, coming from our teepee and going to Karlstad to meet Tara and her husband.
So we just come back from Karlstad on our way to our last cabin of this trip, and we had an amazing day with Eric and Tara.
They even invited us to their home, and we had fika there.
Proper fika. Proper.
And they introduced them to their cats, and they even had a toy for now. So
and then we walked around in the city. They showed us Karlstad, which is actually a very nice city. It's not super touristy.
It's also not too big.
Yeah. And we had a nice dinner, and we just had a really nice conversation. So thank you, Tara and Eric, for inviting us and for having a great time. And now on our way to our last cabin of our trip, which is also a little bit sad, because that means that our trip is nearing the end, which is not true, because we're still a week on our road trip. But it's our final nature cabin, and then we have a few cities coming up: Gotheborg, Malmo and Hamburg. So that is still going to be really a lot of fun.
Yes.
But for now we want some sleep, because our last night was not the best night for sleeping. So we're tired. We're going to go to our cabin. See you.
And we have an amazing cabin here as well, which is actually a house because it's so big and so beautiful. But now we are walking in this beautiful area, and you can see for yourself that it's gorgeous.
Say, because of all the jam, there's cloudberry on it, really nice jam. I cannot really distinguish the real flavor. I have to say it gives me a bit of a beefy impression, but it's really nice, and the sandwich is really good. while Tim is cooking, I'm doing already some editing on my iPad here on the road, which is so efficient. I love it. And it also is part of my relaxing kind of, how do you call it? I don't know. It's part of my relaxing head. It's just, I love doing it and I love working on it. So we made it to Gothenburg, or as they say in Swedish,
Göteborg.
Thank you. And we started off with a boat trip, which we always love doing because it gives you a little bit perspective of the city, or at least your orientation, or can orient. Yeah.
We didn't even expect to be able to do that because we had to drive here for more than 3 hours, and they said it would be raining the whole day. But yeah, do you see any rain at the moment?
Not at all.
I'm wearing my sunglasses and wearing a t-shirt.
So we got a nice look on the city from the water. And then we walked around a little bit. Now we're waiting for a restaurant to open because I will be having my first Swedish meatballs, köttbullar. I'm so excited because I was waiting for that.
And I will have the only vegetarian dish they have, which is falafel with something else. But the restaurant was very well. The reviews are really nice.
The reviews are really good. So I'm excited to go and get my Swedish meatball fix there because it's the first time, and if I love it, I will have it again, like in Malmo maybe, or because we're here another day in Gothenburg tomorrow, and then we'll go to Malmo. So for now, let's start this vlog. Yay! Yay! Oh, we're not supposed to do yay anymore. When you're in Sweden, the most famous food you can think of is the Swedish meatballs, and I'm having them finally here in Gothenburg at Smeka restaurant, and they look really, really good. So I'm gonna dig in. We read the reviews on Smeka and they are right. This is perfect. If you've had the Swedish meatballs at IKEA, they are perfectly fine, but the real deal is in the restaurants, I think.
So fun fact about Gothenburg, it's built on mud. So back then when the city was built, they got the help from the Germans and the Dutch because they had the expertise, especially Amsterdam is built on mud. So perfect. And this is why they can't build a subway, so there's all the trams around the city.
They have a waffle station at the hotel. How awesome is that? Day 2 in Gothenburg. We brought our umbrellas because it's supposed to rain throughout the whole day. So far, it's dry. It did rain a little bit before we went out. Fingers crossed, so we can explore the outdoor because we have Nala, so we can't go inside, right? So.
Raining, Haga is a really nice place to stroll around. There are so many nice little shops and you can have fika everywhere, so go here.
A store completely devoted to licorice. Lakrits in Swedish. I want to go in. The smell in this shop, to die for.
We're in the area of Haga in Gothenburg today, and here's a cafe Husaren, and they have the Hagabullen, which is like a huge cinnamon roll, but also with cardamom, and it's so delicious and fresh. But you definitely have to have 2 persons to finish this, and then it's a challenge. So come not alone. At least you have a very empty stomach, but it's worth it. It's amazing.
Our time in Gothenburg is over. And Tim is going to sleep. Almost over.
One night and the breakfast, and then we go.
We had quite a lot of rain today, so we had to go back to the hotel for a few hours because there was like a thunderstorm and everything. But this was the only time we really had like bad rain during our trip, right? But walking around in Haga, which you saw already in this vlog, was really nice. Some really nice shops. I was super excited for the whole licorice store and everything. And then...
He's yawning in the...
Now that's yawning. And then tonight we had tacos, which wasn't super fancy, but it was nice. And it was nice. And I had a margarita, which gave me red lushes and like an alcohol buzz, because I normally don't drink alcohol that much. So give me a margarita and I'll walk strange. So yeah, tomorrow, what we're going to do tomorrow, Tim?
We are going to drive to Malmo, our last Swedish city.
Yes. It feels like we're ending the trip, which is of course true, but we still have 2 days to go to Malmo and then 1 day in Hamburg. But it still already feels like, it feels like it is nearing the end. I don't know what she's doing. We made it to Malmo, but before we go into the city, we'll show you our hotel room. It's really nice.
Amazing.
Yes. And then we'll take you with us to the center. We just over the bridge here. So this is where we shower. It's an open shower. Like you can see like through. This is the shower. And then there's the bedroom. How awesome is that? So Tim can see me shower. Not that that's a secret, of course. Look how awesome. It's a really nice hotel room. The toilet is separate though, so you can do number 2 in private. Do you like it, Nala? Nala loves a good view. And the view here is perfect, Nala. The view is perfect, look at it. It's a little rounded. And the edge of the room. There you have the new harbor. People being enthusiastic. In the rain, it stopped raining. It's raining again, for if you couldn't see in the back, because it's
We had so many showers already, and the forecast for today was that it was not raining at all and quite warm, which is true when the sun comes out.
The weather apps in Sweden don't really work. Like we had a lot of luck in the first 2 weeks. Like there was a lot of rain forecast and it didn't come. And now today
it's the other way around.
Other way around. Anyway, we'll keep trying and we'll go to our restaurant anyway. So. We are exploring Malmö today, and we just had the best ice cream experience in our entire lives, and I'm very old, you know.
We have the perfect weather to go with it, and then we had so many flavors. How many were there? Like 14, 15?
Yeah, we had 15 flavors, I think.
We tasted everything they had, and even secret ones that were not on the menu today.
I didn't. I can't have lunch after this. I'm so full. But it was. Yeah. There will be a video out on this shop called Schult. But it really, the flavors were so pure, so intense, so
and like half of them are vegan, so everybody can go here. And they even have dog ice cream, which is amazing. So yeah, mind blown.
Yeah, you will have to wait till the video comes out, but I think you're going to love it. But this would be a reason to go to Malmo. I'm telling you this because it's something that
multiple times
I haven't experienced before with ice cream. So and that says something.
And also all the people that work here are amazing.
Yeah, they're friendly. And now we're just going to explore the rest of Malmo. So we are enjoying Malmo a lot, especially because the sun is out.
Malmo.
It makes a difference.
Malmo.
Malmo. Tonight we're going out for Indian food, which Tim is very excited about. This is your choice, but I love Indian.
I always love Indian.
Yeah. And then we'll have a walk towards a beachy area to see maybe the sunset, or at least see the Öresund Bridge from...
Yeah, it's called the Öresund Park, and there are like beaches, and they're supposed to have a good view of the Öresund Bridge and all the way to Copenhagen to the other side, and sunset.
So that sounds good. We had a really nice afternoon walking around, and we did some interviews for a video that will be called What Swedish People Love About Sweden. The video might also be out on the channel, so check it out if it's already there. But we just had so much fun talking to people, local people.
Yeah, you especially. I wasn't always there because I had to take care of Granna. And it was also your idea, and you are the talker, and you just talk to people randomly. And I don't do that.
I'm not afraid of walking up to people. You're more the shy person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or the shy, yeah. Which is fine, of course. But it was really nice, and the sun just makes the difference today. So tonight we'll not go to bed super late, because tomorrow we have an early breakfast and then we drive to Hamburg, which is also 5 hours, maybe a little bit longer if traffic is congested.
Apparently there's a lot of traffic like just before you enter Hamburg. Yeah. So it's annoying.
So we'll have to see. But we'll take you along with us on our last stop of our trip, Hamburg. See you there.
We just left Sweden and came from the Öresund Bridge and tunnel, and we just entered Copenhagen. But we will not stay in Denmark, we just drive through it to Germany.
So we had to say goodbye to Sweden. It was sad because we had a great time there. It was our first time in Sweden.
Yes, and Denmark as well for that matter.
Denmark as well, yeah, but we only saw Copenhagen, so we can't
Which was awesome.
Yes, Copenhagen, definitely go there. Mm-hmm. So now we're driving to Hamburg. It will be another 5 hours.
Yeah.
So we'll have
also
our sing-along.
In Hamburg.
Hamburg first time, yeah. We'll be singing along. We're doing Eurovision now. Then we'll probably do BTS. Then we'll probably do our regular sing-along list. And then the 5 hours will pass. Anyway, see you in Hamburg. Bye. Stuck in German traffic near Hamburg. It's only 6 more kilometers, and it will take us another 30 minutes. And
most of the whole trip was fine, and it's like the last 10 kilometers before Hamburg, and then it's going to absolute madness.
And like in the estimated time of arrival, it already had like, I don't know, like 40 minutes, half an hour extra. And now on top of that, it's like another half an hour. So, but it is what it is.
And I have to pee.
Tim has to pee as well. And Nala is done with it as well. She's tired. actually our goodbye moment. Oh, I wanted Nala to be in the goodbye
She has
show,
an
but
itch.
she has an itch. If you have an itch, you got a scratch, right? Here she is again. Anyway, this is our goodbye because we are in Hamburg. We just showed you that we walked around and we had some nice food, and yeah, so this is the end. Tomorrow we drive home. We're not going to bore you with shots from us driving home. It is a 4.5 hour drive. And then we'll be happy to be home and see our rabbits.
Chances are good that the drive home is shorter than the drive today.
Today was horrible, but we told you about it. We showed you the footage, so.
It was longer anyway, but then we had a horrible traffic jam.
But we want to thank you for watching all of our travel vlogs. And there is so much more content coming from our Sweden trip. Well, you've probably already seen videos because we will have already put them out by this time. We are so happy to be back with travel videos here on the channel, and we can't wait to travel more in the near future. So,
the next trip is already planned. So we don't know.
So, and this is Nala saying goodbye. Well, anyway, we're going to say goodbye as well. Bye, thank you for watching. Bye.